Om Shanti. The month of January is a very important month for all Brahmins around the world. It may be beginning of the year for everyone else, but for us it's important because this is the month in which Brahma Baba practically gave the proof of his love for Shiv Baba by attaining his karmatit stage, perfect stage, and became an example for all of us. Many times some of us may have this question, why did Brahma Baba become Avyakt so soon? The reply is, actually Baba wants to make all of us an angel, Avyakt, like himself. So not only the 18th of January we celebrate as the day of powerful remembrance, but in fact the whole month of January we are asked to celebrate it as Avyakt month, a month in which we can remind ourselves all the practical actions Brahma Baba performed that made him as an angel. And Avyakt Bap Dada reminded us what he would like to see on the 18th of January this year. He has given us specific homework for the 18th of January in particular. 3 main things. I am sure all of us are keeping attention, noting down the chart, because we need to give our chart, whether we are here in person, whether we are in our centers, to Bap Dada. One main important thing Baba has emphasized is about purity. Very important. Baba said by the 18th of January, we should really finish any name and trace of impurity in whatever form we may have. And in order to do that, we need to have total determination. It's not that I will do it, I must do it, and I have to do it. If not now, when else we can do it? The second homework Baba has given us is to apply full stop in a second. Because one of the reasons Baba saw at Amrit Vela why we are not able to maintain that complete purity is because of being slack or because of being weak in applying the break, applying the full stop in a second. So Baba has really given us this great challenge that I should be able to apply the dot in a second as many times as possible during the day. And of course, the third homework is connected with the return of 40 years of sustenance. 72 years total sustenance. In that 40 years is Avyakta sustenance. So what is the return we have to give to Baba on the 18th of January this year? Is to completely become free from carelessness and laziness. Royal laziness, royal carelessness, whatever. At least if we can focus, especially this month, before 18th, on these three aspects, we will be giving the return for the sustenance as many years we have been receiving from Baba. If not for 40 years, it could be whatever years. So then we will receive more blessings in the subtle form that will make us fly and move forward. So this is why I took this subject today. We have understood a lot about purity already. So we always look forward for some simple technique, method that could help us to put a full stop in a second and move forward. So the first method I would suggest in order to apply the full stop according to Baba's teachings is to understand the significance of the confluence age. We call this age as the benevolent age. Confluence age is the shortest but very powerful age within the whole cycle. So I need to have total faith that the age is benevolent, and whatever happens in this confluence age, it is for the benefit. So I need to have so much of faith in the time that we are passing, that whatever has happened up until now was beneficial, was good. Whatever is happening now is also very good, and whatever will happen will be the best. So those of us who have absolute understanding about the benevolence of the confluence age will be able to apply the dot in a second. Because when something good is happening, we don't have question. It is only when something not so good, then only comma, exclamation, question mark comes. Otherwise, we are happy, good, everything is fine. So there is nothing to think about, worry about. So try this method. Whenever I want to apply a full stop, I tell myself everything is good, everything is benevolent, and everything is going to take me into the ascending stage, because this age itself is blessed with that blessing. So I am in that age, so I don't need to have a question mark at all. The second important aspect that we need to equip ourselves to apply full stop is to teach ourselves to slow down in our speed of thinking. Dadi Janki tells us so many times, don't think. We are only talking about thinking slowly, but in fact, there is no need for me to think. So only when I slow down my speed of thinking, I am able to stop. Those of you who drive the car, you know what I mean. Before you stop the car near the traffic light, you have to slow down. That is why sometimes in some places they also give you the signal showing the traffic lights coming up, so you have to slow down. Unless I slow down my pace of thinking, I cannot stop. If I stop abruptly, it's going to damage myself, it's going to damage others. It's a kind of suppression. Abruptly stopping is a kind of suppression which is not a healthy one. It should be a natural flow where I slow down and then I stop whenever I want. So it doesn't hurt me, it doesn't hurt others, and it is going to help me, in fact. Because when I slow down, automatically I am able to make my thoughts powerful. So I am able to hold on to that stage with the power of my own thought. So let me teach myself there is no need to think too much and too fast. And this is why one slogan we have to remind ourselves is think slowly, think positive, and think less. Think only that you want to speak, and speak only that you want to do. So automatically you will find that the brake will be in your hand. Most of us, the brake is not powerful. That's why it doesn't apply at the same time. The third method that we can use is very simple, but sometimes we don't pay attention, that's all. To have enough stock, accumulate the treasure of points of knowledge, powers, virtues. Because different time we need different virtues, different powers to use to apply full stop. Sometimes tolerance, sometimes patience, sometimes accommodation, sometimes just withdrawing. So I need to have all powers, all virtues, points of knowledge in full stock. Because those of us who have full stock, the proof is we are able to put full stop. Which means that I am able to use the right power, the right virtue, the right point of knowledge at the right time. That's it. We all have it, but not in full stock. We remember after the situation has passed. So that is why the stop don't apply. Sometimes it becomes question mark. Sometimes it becomes karma. So check your stock. How much I have accumulated, so that according to that much power I will have, that much of confidence I will have to apply the full stop. The fourth method, in fact, is actually connected with what Baba has been telling. Always see myself and see Baba. Don't bring the third person in between. Because when I forget to see Father, and I begin to see brothers and sisters, and begin to follow them, I may have lots of questions. But if I have Baba and myself, and understand that each soul have their own part to play, and each one's part cannot be compared with the other. Even my own part, today also Baba said, 2 seconds cannot be the same. So in that way, I understand that I am able to put a full stop, because everybody is playing their part and everyone's part is good. But I only need to see Baba and follow Baba. So if that is my dharana, then I won't have question mark. Why this person in the knowledge for so many years doing this way or behaving in this particular way? Why not this? So I wouldn't have question mark. I am able to let go easily. The other important method that we need to also use, if I want to apply full stop in a second, as we have heard in one of the class, I have to be careful and carefree, but not careless. I have to be careful careful. I must pay full attention, but without creating tension. So what happens while making effort? Many of us change attention into tension. So we are not able to have the feeling of being carefree. But sometimes some of us, in the name of being carefree, we can also become careless. So this is a very tricky dharana, I need to be carefree. Carefree means worry-free, but careful, attentive, so that I am able to understand where my steps are going at everywhere. So that proof of being careful and carefree and not careless is I am able to put a dot immediately as something has happened, because I am careful. I do not want to waste the time, my breath, my thoughts of the confluence age. So I am careful about using my own treasures. So in that way, I can become carefree too. Just now we were listening to the song in which it was mentioning about remembering the 3 dots. Who can apply the full stop instantly whenever they want in a second is when I have mastered the awareness of the 3 dots. I, the soul, I am a dot. Baba, the dot. And drama, the dot. So this dot consciousness, 3 dot consciousness, the more we embody it, the more easy for us to put a full stop. Because many of us may be clever in putting 1 dot or the 2 dot, but not all 3. The proof of mastering all 3 dots is that I am able to apply the break instantly, and it works. So I need to check myself, whether I am doing all actions during the day in that dot consciousness, soul consciousness or not. See, just like you can draw a line on the stone, you can draw a line on the water, but we can never draw a line on the light. So during the day, if I am dot conscious, if I am soul conscious, I would not have allowed any kind of impression of whatsoever has happened to leave it on me like a stone, or not even like water, but it will be like light. So there will be no impression left. So I don't have to make effort to forget it. It's automatically forgotten. And of course, when I have the dot consciousness, soul consciousness, I have the awareness of Baba. That is why Dadi always tells this slogan, be light, take might from Baba, and everything will be right. So if I can make this lesson pakka, when I am light conscious, soul conscious, I will be light. I can draw might from Baba and I will be doing the right thing. So there is no question mark. So that is also another important method that we can use in order to let go what has passed and just move forward. And very often, Baba has also reminded us that we don't use him enough. Why don't we use Baba? He's offering his help. He's offering his help. I am your obedient servant, use me. So how can you use Baba? When can you use Baba? See, when you are yoga full, you can use Baba. But when I am yoga-less, Baba is free without job. He is jobless. When I am yoga-less, Baba is jobless. When I am yoga full, Baba is busy. What does Baba say? Use me. You know, in the airport, they put a big basket and they write on it, use me. That means throw all the rubbish here. So this is what Baba says, use me. Give all your rubbish burden to me and you become free. But we don't take the offer. We don't use Baba. So use Baba because he's there for us to be used. And of course I can use him only when I have my connection linked with him. But our habit, 63 birds habit, we want to carry the burden and walk and cannot walk and feel tired, stop, look here, look there. Why take all these unnecessary trouble? So hand over the burden, become light. So when you don't have any burden, you are easy, you can apply the dot. So check yourself. You still have any burden kept in the corner of your intellect, in the corner of your mind, thinking maybe I can deal with it. Why I have to give it to Baba? No. Hands up. Give everything so that Baba can take care of her. You become childlike. It is very important to be childlike to apply full stop. You see, children don't remember anything, whatever anybody does. Anybody says anything. One moment they may be fighting with someone, next moment they will be playing with the same person. So I need to create an attitude which is childlike, which will help me to let go. And I can be free and just, be light. I can apply the full stop easily. But if I think I am a big person, I have got all the responsibility, I can do it, then I will have problem. Then everything becomes difficult. So try to use Baba more by throwing away all the rubbish, giving all the burden, make a bundle, give it to him, and you become free. Then you will be light and you are able to put the dot easily. One more method Baba has taught us also. We are giving a variety. So keep all the methods handy, because one time one particular method will work, another time something else will work. Maybe not always the same thing. So what Baba wants us to also practice is to understand where to become an actor, where to become a director, and where to become an observer. So if I want to apply full stop in a second, I need to be a detached observer. That means I can see everything, I can know everything, I won't get affected by anything. If I don't get affected by anything that I'm seeing, hearing, looking, only then I can apply the full stop. But if I interfere, getting affected means I begin to interfere with whatever is happening, then I will have a problem. So that is why the method is to be a detached observer, Sakshi. Why I will have the power to apply the full stop when I am a detached observer is because I will have Baba as my companion. When I have Baba as my companion, I am a detached observer, I have the power to apply the dot. To have Baba as my companion means to have all powers as my cooperative workers. So I am able to use whichever power I need at that time and I can put a full stop. So, in soul consciousness, we can play three roles. I can be an observer, I can be a director, I can be an actor. Because my intellect will work precisely when we are soul conscious. So I know where to come in, where to stand back, and where to direct. So in that way, I will not interfere. Because why some of us find it difficult to apply full stop is because most of the time we interfere in the act of others. No, today Baba said the drama is accurate. I cannot correct the drama. So sometimes we try to. We forget that drama's director is a perfect one, absolute. So when I begin to correct the drama by interfering, I cannot apply the full stop. So let me check myself. Am I always seated in the seat of an observer and experience Baba's company? If you don't experience Baba's company, then Baba will become an observer. He will observe from up above what you are doing and smile. He cannot do anything else. He cannot do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. So it is not good to allow Baba to become an observer, but better to have Baba as my companion. So this could be another alternative method that we can use in order to apply full stop, so that I don't have to look back or I don't have to feel anything that affects my stage, shakes my stage, and then I have to set it right. Baba also has been telling in the recent Avyakt Murlis a very easy method that we can use to apply the dot is to learn the art of merging expansion into essence. You know, we all know to make a molehill into a mountain. Exaggeration. So if I have the nature of exaggeration, I will make a molehill into a mountain. I will definitely find it difficult to apply the dot. But if I am able to merge the expansion into essence, so that is why power to pack up plays a very important role in applying full stop. Power to pack up means to let go of the past as past, to merge expansion into essence, to make a mountain into a molehill, not a molehill into a mountain. I remember once Dadi was saying that the nature of exaggeration is also a form of dishonesty. Why do we want to exaggerate? Why don't we express the things as it is? Not mixing, not minusing anything. Not plus, not minus, as it is. We have the nature of exaggeration because we want to draw other people's attention towards us. Think about it. Whenever we have expressed anything in the form of exaggeration, I tell you, like a few years ago during a Peace of Mind retreat, a couple of guests, not all of them, 2-3 guests must have had some diarrhea. They went to the dispensary to get medicine. So one sister came and told us that all the guests are suffering from diarrhea. means it is such an exaggeration. So we found out from the dispensary it was only 2 or 3 guests. So we asked the person who said, why don't you name the people who were really suffering from that sickness instead of including everybody? But that sister was scared to mention the names. So why fear? Because there is the feeling of losing her own image, maybe. So many times we are caught like that, because instead of mentioning the name of the person who have, say, told lies, or we say everybody is telling you about this person like this. Not everybody, maybe one or two people. Why don't we name them? Why? Because there is a fear that I will be taken for questioning, maybe. So honesty is very important in not having exaggeration. So sometimes we make situation look bigger. Sometimes souls used to write letter to Sakar Baba after exhibition. Baba, so many people came and so many people got impressed. So Baba used to write back and say, no, they did not get impressed. You got impressed by them. Because if they got impressed by Baba, they would buy a ticket and run to Madhuban to meet that father. No one arrived here. So sometimes exaggeration, even when we share the service news or when we talk about, so we don't express as it is. So like the nature of exaggeration makes us going into expansion. And so when we want to put a full stop, we cannot. So this is why it is very important to merge the expansion when we are explaining knowledge to someone. Of course, we have to go into expansion. But when it comes to being myself, I have to be able to go into essence. So power to pack up is a very important power that helps us to apply the dot in a second. And also once Baba was saying, we need to also understand how to sort out. I need to understand what is necessary, what is not necessary. I have to use my divine intellect, which is the gift of this Brahmin life. If I don't use the divine intellect, I cannot decide not or dot. Like when there is a situation, if it is not necessary, put a not, and you are able to put the dot. But if I am not able to sort out, if I am not using my divine intellect, I am confused. So I cannot apply the dot. So this divine intellect, what Baba calls it sometimes as the third eye, looking at situation from three aspects of time. If I look at a particular situation keeping only one aspect of time in my mind, I get confused, I become nervous, I experience upheavals. But when I look at it from a broad perspective, the past, the present and the future, when I have that far-sightedness, when I have that broad mind, that is when I am called knowledgeful soul. That is when I am able to apply the full stop. If I have a very, narrow-minded, my sight is not far-reaching, so I am not able to, because then I will get myself caught up in my own web of waste thoughts. So I need to really use the gift of my divine intellect. Because divine intellect means to allow my conscience to dictate my intellect. Conscience is the seat of truth. So when I allow my conscience to dictate my intellect, I am able to use my intellect in a divine way, so I am able to sort out quickly not or dot. So it is not necessary, put a dot. and go ahead. Not like, creating thoughts in the form of waste thoughts, and after a long time begin to understand, oh, I would not have thought about all this. That is why I think one of the virtues that we also need in order to apply a dot in a second is patience. Because those of us who do not have patience, we think too quickly. But when there is patience, what is patience actually? Wait and be calm. As they say, every tree bears fruit at its own season, and every fruit ripens at its own hour. So I need to have patience. So if I do not have patience, I cannot apply full stop. Because many of us want everything quickly, everything instantly. When that doesn't happen, a lot of waste thought will come. But when there is patience, patience comes on the basis of faith. If I have faith, complete faith, I will have patience. I know something good will happen. Sometimes Baba's children ask this question. After being Baba's children, sometimes certain scenes in the drama happens in such a way, externally it looks there is no benefit. That is the time I have to have 3 qualities to wait for the scene to reveal the benefit. You may not be able to see the benefit immediately. The benefit will be revealed to you maybe a little bit later. So that is why Baba was saying, one thing I need to develop is introversion. I have to increase my introspective nature. So I won't react. I won't become emotional seeing a particular situation not in favor of me or whatever. And secondly, patience. No, I know. No, nothing wrong is going to happen. Everything is going to be beneficial. Just wait. And the third one, tolerance. Tolerance in this context means to have positive outlook, change negative into positive, and take it positively. So those of us who have these 3 virtues, especially in a situation when the scene seems to be not beneficial, if I have these 3 virtues, it will definitely help me to see the secret hidden behind the scene. This is where sometimes we lose. Our break becomes loose. And of course, what we need also very much is to keep our intellect filled with the petrol of knowledge. You see, when there is lack of fuel, even an ordinary vehicle gets stuck somewhere. When you get stuck, you cannot stop when you want. You cannot start when you want. So I need to develop a hobby of filling my intellect with the petrol of knowledge through the power of churning. Because if you develop the power of churning, you are recycling the pure energy. So your intellect will be filled with the petrol of knowledge. So I will have total control. Without petrol, you cannot have control. So if I am not able to control my mind, the reason is my intellect is weak. See, mind, it is the nature of the mind to think. But if my intellect is powerful, I can control my mind. So I need to make my intellect powerful by filling it with the petrol of knowledge. So my power of discerning will become sharp. So I am able to discern even before the thought comes. I get the feeling, intuition. I can control it right there itself. Just like, we get certain symptoms before the fever comes. I'm going to get fever. You get little pain, this, that. There are symptoms before the rain comes. So it is different. Clouds are coming, the weather is getting a little bit darker. So you prepare yourself to face the situation. So in the same way, when the intellect is filled with petrol of knowledge, my power of discerning works precisely even beforehand. I am able to take precaution to stop, so that I don't have to panic when the situation comes already in front of me. So develop the power of churning. Churning is not reflecting on the point, but going into the subtleties, digesting the knowledge that Baba gives me and make it as my own. Just like food that you eat. They are so gross, but when we chew the food, digest the food, it becomes blood. So that gives you energy in the body. Same thing, what Baba teaches us is to churn, chew the knowledge, go into the subtleties, let it go into the self. So then when a situation comes, I am able to use it. So if I do not have enough petrol, I cannot control. And of course, a simple lesson Baba has been teaching ever since we came to Baba is to see the past as dead. So don't put your head into the dead. Because if I put my head into the dead, it is like I'm beating my head against my wall. So what we need to learn, very simple lesson, is to live every moment, moment to moment. Enjoy the present time. Living in the present, learning from the past, planning for the future, but not to live in the future. Because most of us are not able to apply full stop because we are anxious about the future, anxiety about the future, Tomorrow something is going to happen, but you have planned, let the tomorrow come. Then you do what is necessary. Or we worry about what has already happened. Maybe I made a mistake. Yesterday I made a mistake. Maybe this morning I made a mistake. So now I spend a lot of time feeling guilty about why I did the mistake. So which shows that I am not a knowledgeable soul. Okay, I made a mistake, I realize, I admit, and I remove it, finish. But if I still dwell in the past, worry about, then I am wasting the present time also. Many of the Brahmins do this very often, because they have wasted time in the past, so they are feeling guilty in the present of wasting time in the past, so they are wasting even now also. So that is a kind of burden, heaviness, that doesn't allow me to be easy to apply the dot. So the lighter I am, the easier I am, it is easy to put the dot. That's why Baba says, even a small child, going to the kindergarten can apply the dot. We are university students. Once Dadi Janki was saying that, we call ourselves students of the godly university and we don't even know how to put the dot. In the Laukik school, a child can put a dot without any education. So that means we have to master the simple thing as living in the present. Not, of course, learning from the past. That is why Baba has given this slogan. No, past is for, it is like for learning, present is for action, and future is for joy. So I should learn the lesson, move forward. So this, if I feel worry, if I feel guilty, then I admit it and I finish. That is why Baba says, every night you write to Baba. Your chart, give it to Baba. Don't carry over today for tomorrow. Finish it for today itself. So if I carry over what has happened today for tomorrow, then it will become more heavier. Then the second day is also wasted. So try to use one or the other method. Just like when we have some kind of bodily sickness, we keep certain medicines. If one doesn't work, the other one we use. Something is going to work. But I have to keep the methods available for me so I can be creative in using it. This is also creativity, isn't it? If you have various methods, so you can be making yourself an entertainment, so it doesn't become like a serious, difficult process. But why Baba wants us to practice this is because we are able to accumulate the power only when we are able to put this break. Many times it happens, Amrit Vela, we have very powerful meditation, we accumulate power. But then during the day, in interaction, doing service, we have waste thoughts, we lose all the power. So what is accumulated? Nothing is left at the end of the day. So I have to make sure that leakage is patched. Waste is a leakage. So waste is ignorance. So whatever kind of waste thought comes, I must search for wisdom to replace that waste. Waste is darkness. Knowledge is light. So that aspect of knowledge is missing in me. That is why I have waste. So I must do a research. What kind of wisdom I need to seek for to remove this leakage? If you don't remove it instantly, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Then I will return to what I was before. So when we have that kind of concern for our own self-progress, I think then it is not a difficult thing. So especially, let us remind ourselves once again that Baba is going to ask for it. Baba said very clearly that you should really finish this habit of putting other exclamations other than full stop. Because then only I can become complete. Then I can become full and give it to others. So this chart, we have to submit it to Baba. So to see, the percentage also, if I was taking, say, 1 hour to apply the full stop before, if I'm able to do it in 1 minute, that's great. If I would have taken in a particular situation 1 day, now I can do it in a few minutes. So that shows that your break is getting powerful. So then slowly I will come to 1 second also. So anyway, in essence, what we need to learn to do is really slow down our thinking. It is not good for health. It is not good for our spiritual progress. And most of the fast thoughts that we think is not going to happen anyway. It's only based on our past sanskaras. So at least if I can keep my intellect alert, awaken, I can identify that this is the thought connected with the past sanskara. So instead of suppressing that thought, you can have a dialogue. The intellect can dialogue with the mind. Tell the mind, I am not going to use this thought because I know what harm it has caused me in the past. I am going to use the thought that I have filled in myself. So we convince the mind the mind and intellect work together. Then you will not have problem of the mind disturbing you again and again. But what we do very often is we don't have a dialogue. We use the method of suppressing. Don't think, like children, when they do something, the parents say, don't do that. Out of fear, they keep quiet, but then they will do it with double force afterwards. So the same thing the mind does with us also. At that time, we suppress it, but it comes with double force. So learn to have a dialogue. Handle the mind in a gentle way with kindness. So the same mind is going to cooperate with us. So that is why 2 powers we have to master in order to apply the dot in a second is controlling power and ruling power. Controlling power over the mind, intellect and sanskaras, and ruling power over the senses, sense organs. So if I am able to master even these 2 powers, I am able to use my mind whenever I want, wherever I want, as long as I want. So I become the master. The intellect is alert. So the carelessness comes only when the intellect goes to sleep. Intellect take a nap. That is when the mind deceives. So let us not allow the mind to deceive us. Once it has deceived, so again I should be experienced, not to allow the deception. So that is where the soul conscious practice is very important. It's only when I am soul conscious, my intellect is alert. And it's only when the intellect is alert, I am free from the deception of the mind. Then I am able to use the authority to apply the dot. So let us take these 3 homework that Baba has given us and specially keep a check. The percentage of purity, the art of applying the dot, and removing carelessness and laziness totally from our dictionary. So at least by doing even these 3 things, in a way we will be giving return to what Baba has given us. Right? So this is what I just wanted to share with you so that, those of you who are here, you can prepare yourself with full force. And those of you who will be leaving in a couple of days, you will also continue to keep attention to give that chart to Baba when Baba comes on the 18th. Om Shanti. We'll have meditation now. And especially during this meditation, we will focus our mind and intellect to, first of all, totally concentrate on the aim of sending out the vibrations of light and might to the souls of the world. I can listen to the cries of the world only when my mind and intellect is free from other things. So let us begin to hear the call of the devotees. Let us begin to hear the cries of the sorrowful, peaceless souls. Let us also listen to the call of the time and create a feeling of mercy, a feeling of love, a feeling of belonging towards those souls. And just create this thought in the mind that whatever I have received from Baba, these are my brothers and my sisters, my family. Let them also receive this inheritance. Let them become peaceful. Let them also experience the power to face whatever difficulties they are going through in their life. Let them also share this love of God. So just create that feelings as you listen to the cries of devotees, sorrowful souls around the world. And then lift your consciousness beyond and sit with Baba in your original eternal form, and that feelings I have created will automatically be carried out to whoever is in tune. So in that way, we collectively give Sakash with Baba like a lighthouse to the whole world. So let us spend this half an hour to serve the world with our pure feelings, good wishes for all souls to claim their right from Baba, their own father. Om Shanti. As I sit here in silence, I become aware of my responsibility towards my world, my family. Just as Baba is the benefactor, I, the soul, also become instruments to bring benefit to everyone, including the 5 elements of matter. I visualize the globe of the world in front of me. I can see clearly so many souls living on this globe of this world. I can slowly hear souls calling out for peace, for love, for joy, calling out for powers to face difficulties in their life. I create a loving feelings in my heart for all these souls to receive their inheritance from Baba. I make a wish in my heart for all these souls to be peaceful, to be happy and strong. With this pure wish in my heart, I connect myself with Baba. And let these feelings reach out to the whole world from Baba. Thoughts after thoughts, rays of light filled with its pure feelings is enveloping the whole world, touching each and every soul. I am on the top of the globe of the world, in my angelic form, with Avyakt Angel Bapdada. And this rays, this Sakash is filling this world with these rays of light and might. I am light. I absorb light from the ever-lit light, and I radiate light. I am light. I absorb light. I radiate light. I am light. I absorb light from the ever-lit light. And I radiate light filled with love, peace,